1,000-yard rusher. He takes the snaps for Central. Fuchs, number 10, the quarterback. So 3rd and 7 is what he's facing here. Passing situation, stays in the pocket, lofts it out there, and just over the receiver's hands. He's not able to haul that in. And that is actually number 27, Jalen Pemberton. Boy, he's a good-sized man. I mean, 5'11", but 200 pounds, just a junior.
He's thick-looking young man, and has good speed. You know, he had a step on us, but they haven't been able to convert on any passes yet. And really, I don't know, Schneid's the film you watch, but as I watch film, I didn't see a lot of completions. I don't know if they just don't quite get the ball there. Certainly Fuchs throws the ball pretty well.
Right.
But getting it on the numbers, or those guys making the catches that aren't right in their gut.
Oh, come on. Boy. Oh. He's going to have to run this football, so the Cats are going to have unbelievable field position here.
Yeah, that's a big...
Wow, great job.
Spencer and I think Carson Englert's in there on that.
Big play.
Big break. You know, even when it's high, he didn't have the guy on him. He really should have kicked it, but that comes down to a sense of confidence that young man has. Is he can break it any time, and he took a gamble, and hopefully the Cats can make him pay here.
So the bad snap gives the Wildcats great field position. They're inside the 15 at the 14-yard line, so they're pretty well back where they started. So the Wildcat defense just doing an unbelievable job so far, keeping them under control. This is a football team that scores 47 a game. Has been more, weeds his way through the line of scrimmage, and I think gets across the 10 to just right at the 10-yard lines where they're going to place this football. So
that's really nice. A nice play. It looks like we didn't get anything, and we got 4 yards. So.
Right. That's going to bring us into the end of the first quarter action. So the Jasper Wildcats dominating this football game defensively. You hold a football team that scores 47-0 in the first quarter. That's huge. But the Wildcats have 7 on the board and looking to add more. So we'll take a break in the action. You're watching Jasper Wildcat football on 18 WJTS.
Introducing a car company that's never made a single car. Legendary durability, impressive mileage, Firestone tires. So unstrap the saddle, these old stallions are ready to run. Again, whatever you drive a Firestone.
Get quality Firestone tires at DuBois County Tire and Supply, 231 North in Jasper.
For quality workmanship and reasonable prices, call Best for Less Painting Services, interior and exterior. Doug Schmidt and his crew offer guarantee results. Call 482-9653 for Best for Less Painting Services. Go Cats!
Second quarter action getting underway here as the Wildcats set things up at the 10-yard line, facing a 2nd and 6. Taking advantage of that high snap that Sullivan had a tough time handling, and the Wildcat defense were able to hold and give the Wildcats unbelievable field position here. As the give this time is Tate Blessinger to the left side, and Tate met there. I think he may have gained, looks like they're moving it to about the 7 or 8 yard line, so a gain of about 2 or 3 there. But it's great to see Tate getting some opportunities as he comes off the field this time.
We'll give him 3 on that.
We're going to give him 3, absolutely.
Give him 3. Let's holler down to the stat guys, make sure they get the 3.
Bless, nobody's more official than us up here, you know that. Third down. Not a goal situation. Wildcats can get a first down, but they're at the 7-yard line.
Looking for the jump off side. That's excellent. Probably go back.
Now they're going to be facing a goal situation because we were 3rd and about kind of a long 3, short 4, but that's going to give us plenty for the first down. So a nice disciplined job by the Wildcat offense to be able to move this ball inside the 5-yard line. I think it's going to be resting right at about the 3, we're going to call it. So 1st and goal for the Wildcats.
1st and goal at the 3 for Jasper.
Depending on how they cover up Ollis or Hipschman, you can look for that quick pass, a little play action. But,
Ben Moore, look at him. He's showing some power football right there as he runs between the tackles. And, boy, he got clobbered right when he hit the line of scrimmage, but he didn't give up, chugged those legs, and gets down to about the 1-yard line. You know, and that's the thing. I mean, you don't need a 12, 15-yard run to be considered a really good run. I think in that situation, you know, he could have been knocked back for maybe a yard or two.
It's always, you know, the way you judge running backs is how they get yards that not everybody gets, that the line doesn't give them. And
second and goal, and look at who goes in the end zone. Number 31, the sophomore, Tate Blessinger. You saw that one, right, Bill?
I saw that one. I was watching the whole time. Mom saw it. I was watching her down in front, and even his Uncle Tim's in town tonight, and Papa Rich are here. So
good job for Tate. Tate, who's been a outstanding linebacker all season on the defensive side, has been called into offensive duty over the last few weeks after the injury to Nick Hale, actually. So we're going to call him Bless. Bless in the end zone there. So
they say he looks like me. Me and him are the only two that don't see it.
There's the snap, the kick, and the kick, as expected from Kruger, is good. So Jasper, at 10:32 to go, leads this football game 14-0 here in the second quarter. We're watching Jasper Wildcat football on 18 WJTS. We'll be back after this.
Dairy Queen at the Y in Jasper has long been a staple in the community where friends and family come together. And now, the coolest place to go is even cooler. Dairy Queen is proud to offer Orange Julius drinks. Try one of our over 40 new drink and smoothie combinations. From Strawberry Sensation to Mango Passion, you're sure to find something sweet and refreshing. We're also newly remodeled, so feel free to eat inside or take it to go. And of course, we still offer the best frozen treats around, including blizzards and ice cream cakes. Dairy Queen at the Y in Jasper, a tradition since the 1950s.
Tate Blessinger's second touchdown of the season gives the Wildcats a 14-0 lead with 10:32 on the clock here in the second quarter. And Kruger, just 3 yards off the ball, is going to try his little
nice high kick. Look at this. Well, get there.
Get there. Right at the 30-yard line. And Tate coming up from behind and brings him down. So a great job. Boy, Tate's he's a head on fire out there, offensively and defensively, and also on special teams. So a big night for the sophomore. You know, and that's the thing. I mean, if you're going to punch that thing just at 30-yard line, you hold them just to 6 or 7 yards. That's big.
I mean, that's just an incredible kick. I mean, that ball was way up in the air. It's almost like a punt, and it's just hard to do that. And that's how that whole thing worked. And you know, Tate was chasing the ball, and he just happened to be the one there. But really, that's all set up by Cal's kick.
Fuchs is going to be under center, but he does have 4 wide receivers, 2 split to both sides. Single back is Sullivan. He'll get the ball on the right tackle there. And again, the Wildcat defense controlling the line of scrimmage on the defensive side.
Moises getting in there, and other guys, of course, Stallwood is going to be involved in about everything.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. Boy, they had a great article on him in the Herald this week to feature just not only his ability on the field, but also his leadership skills. And I know he's been huge for this defense with all the sophomores the Cats have played this year. His pitch out there to the outside does not gain much, if anything. Doesn't look like the yard marker is going to move much. Maybe a yard.
Is that Sullivan on the carry? Pemberton.
Yeah, he actually threw out to the slot, so I think he hit number 27 on that play, and that is
for no gain.
Pemberton. So a ball at the 40-yard line, 3rd and 7. Fuchs.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, Wes, I'm telling you, he is not seeing the opening as Valenciano makes a great play there.
That's great, but you had great coverage. The defensive backs did a nice job. The linebackers were in great position. And as you guys are watching this, DVR that, because that is a nice sack by Moises, but the defensive backs were in great places there, and that's really what made that play happen. And that's the way it works. You know, good best pass defense is some pressure, and then have some good coverage, and good things are going to happen.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, a great defense in football is really going to neutralize a powerful, high-scoring offense, and the Wildcat defense, he only gives up 13 points a game, 13.9, so just under 14, really, as Sullivan punts it there. Betts takes it.
Twins.
It's across the 40 to about the 47-yard line, I think is where you're going to spot that. But, you know, that's the thing, Bless. I mean, our defense is just really stepping up to the plate tonight.
Yeah, and, you know, throughout the year, they had some tough times early on, taking some lumps and learning some lessons. And, you know, the biggest lesson was really down there at Mount Carmel. And that was really a turning point for them to understand the intensity that was needed and just what needed to happen to be a good defense. And I think they grew a lot that night. And might be the best thing that happened to us, because if our defense can be as good as it's been and aggressive, then it makes our offense that much better. And of course, you look at the stats and you can see just what kind of potential we have on offense.
Well, and that's just the thing. I mean, Central, 3 possessions and have only run 15 total offensive plays as Aaron backs the throw there. And boy, that's a mistake there as he gets picked off.
Just
threw a little bit behind Alice. And
just a little bit late. Gosh dang.
And I think it was Fuchs who actually picked that pass off. Fuchs, who plays a safety spot to go along with his quarterback spot. And boy, that's going to give them an opportunity here, because the Wildcats just really had great momentum, playing outstanding defense, but had a couple errors defensively. That's a second interception by Alice tonight.
Yeah, that's
Austin Aarons.
Actually, the last 2 passes he's thrown were interceptions, and he was just a tad late. It was a nice play by the defensive back. I say a tad late. Maybe he just covered him well, but you got to see that. You can't force it in there.
So Central now has their best field position of the night. Ball at the 42-yard line, first and 10. And Fuchs is just coming there, and boy, he's showing why he's run for over 1,000 yards. But the ball is down. But no, they're going to say actually he was down before the ball comes out. But boy, not before. He just rumbles for big-time yardage. That was a gain of about 23 yards, I believe, to the 35-yard line.
They sent Sullivan in motion. Of course, he's going to gain a lot of attention, and then there's just some space up the middle there.
Fuchs fired up now as he pitches out there. That's actually Sullivan. They had him in a slot spot that time. So now the Central Bears are starting to show.
Yeah, a little momentum shift here with that last interception. Need a big play by the defense here. This is when something like a penalty or something like this would really shut down a drive too. But one way or another, we're going to have to do something to stop this momentum now. As they set up and then take all this time, that helps, I believe.
Fuchs going to run it again straight up the middle, but the Wildcats read it well. One of the first ones to get there, I believe, was Alice. He came from his left tackle spot.
Austin Alice with the tackle.
So a gain of about a yard.
3rd down and 2 coming up.
3rd and 2 from the 25. But that's the thing. I mean, Central, after that interception, obviously momentum going their way. And Fuchs coming up with 2 big plays in a row, but the Wildcats looking to get a stop here on 3rd and short. Fuchs has it. Goes to the left side. Stallwood comes up from his linebacker spot and makes a hit on him, but I think he may be just shy, maybe about a half yard short there, Bless.
4th and 1.
Kate Blessinger. Cole Primine.
Pretty well featuring their quarterback on this offensive possession.
Big play here. If we can make a big play here, this is where our defensive line really needs to get some penetration, get back there, make something happen in the backfield. Looks like he's going to be under center, so they're probably going to be handing off, or they're going to do a quick. Oh, there we go. That's perfect. That's perfect. Oh, we got it. Good job, Hipschman. On film, Schneids, every time they get in a tight yardage, we did a good job by stacking a linebacker, shook them up, because every time they got in that situation, they did the quick hit with the quarterback right up the middle, and we knew it, played it, and shook them up, and there we go. That's exactly what we needed. Good job, Cats.
That's absolutely great job by the.
Give that one to Coach Eckert right there.
Absolutely. I mean, obviously you got to do a lot of film study to come up with things like that, but also you got to execute it. So great job by the coaches and the team to be able to come up with that big play. So Cats needed it right there. So fumble snap gives the Wildcats 1st and 10 from the 28. It's time to give is to Moore on the left side. Gets across the 30 to about the 32. 4-yard gain. Boy, tell you what though, they just had an opportunity there, Bless, to really just make this a football game. But the Wildcats can get a nice sustained drive and get this up to 21-0. I'm not gonna say it's game over, but you at least got pretty good control at that point.
Well, if we, again, it's a line of scrimmage game. If we can control it and just grind it out here, eat some clock, get some first downs, which looks like that's about a first down, and it's going to be real close if it's not.
and I'll tell you what, that was a great display right there of just being able to read what is going on at the line of scrimmage, because a lot of times, I mean, Ben Moore's a speedster, let's face it. He's one of those running backs that really likes to turn things on, but boy, he just did a nice job of patiently working his way through the line of scrimmage and coming up with the first down. We needed 6, he got 7.
Yeah, speed is his big plus, and but he's got really good vision. You can't teach just finding space, just finding little gaps, and there's a perfect example of that. Just making people miss.
Putting on my sheet here, 12 run, 4 yards, 12 run, 7 yards, 12 runs. This time gets it to the 49-yard line, 10 yards and a first down. Ben Moore, pretty well carrying the load, and boy, just a huge responsibility put on his back after the injury to Nick Hale, and he's responded. The junior's been outstanding tonight.
Yeah, he's been reliable all year, and whatever they've asked him to do, just plays a nice role.
Aarons finds Alice, and you know what can happen there. Alice stiff arms one guy, slams into another, but deep into Central Territory as he gets close to the 30-yard line on that play. They're going to mark it at the 30, 21 yards, and the Wildcats are back in business.
A 21-yard pickup on the play. First and 10.
Pass 2 to 85, first and 10 Jasper. 5:11 on the clock.
Got Ben Moore split wide left this time.
But the give is to Ian Songer, the single back there, and Ian Songer, about the only way anytime he carries the football is to call it bulling the football. As he bulls his way for about 2 yards there, but 3 yards as they move in to about the 27-yard line.
Yeah, his goal is as he takes that on. It's a great saying by the Colts quarterback, the coach said their new running back was like a rolling ball of butcher knives. I just thought that was great.
High backfield this time, but we're going to play action out of it. Aaron's looking downfield, pretty good coverage, and wisely throws it away this time. He's thrown 2 interceptions tonight. He had 3 interceptions last week. I think he only had 4 going into that Harrison game. So, it's, kind of some growing pains. I mean, obviously he's been an outstanding quarterback. He was a Big 8 offensive player all Big 8 offensive player this year, and anytime you throw for 2,000 yards, which I believe he'll probably hit tonight, because he was only 139 yards away. But, rough stretch last week, and thrown 2 picks so far tonight. But
yeah, those are good learning experiences.
Right.
And, it didn't hurt us too bad, so there's no space to run there for Ben Moore.
Yeah, so on 3rd and 7, and obviously the Cats in 4-down territory here. I don't think they'd want to run Kruger out there at this point. No gain on that play, so the ball's going to stay at the 20, maybe actually a loss of a yard, they're going to say. So -1 on the run. So now the Cats with a 4th and 8 from the 28.
Aarons has 3 catches and Cody Jacob has 2. Zach Wood with nothing, and Hipschman, another key component of our offense, doesn't have anything yet. Jump.
Yeah.
I don't know, unless they saw our fullback jump.
Actually, our fullback did jump right there.
But I don't think they saw that.
The referee, well.
Yeah, see.
No, they're calling offense on the defense.
Yeah, offsides. They jumped offsides and.
Offsides on the defense. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, they didn't see Ian Songer jump.
All right, because that's the only person I was looking at. Really.
This is tape delayed, so they can't hear that. So.
Right. So that's kind of changes what the Cats might want to do here.
Big plus. I think we're gone to the bone now because I saw
Tate coming out.
Tate coming in.
So offsides moves it to the 23-yard line.
I look for a little play action here.
They're going to pitch it to the outside. That's Tate with the football, and boy, he's met by a lot of white jerseys there. He's actually hit in the backfield, so Central doing their job, and the Cats with a chance to kind of take control of this football game. We're right at 3 minutes and 16 seconds to go.
Yeah, I know what they're trying to do. They're trying to spread it out and make a cut up the field, but that pitch on that wishbone is just so slow to develop. It just allows the defense to swarm too much, and there's usually not much there. And that's not just for Tate. That's for generally the way that play works. I understand what the concept is, but it's just a tough one to. I'd rather just see us jam it right up the middle in that situation.
So Central will see how aggressive they want to get with 3:16 to go. There's plenty of time on the clock for them to be able to march down the field, but the Wildcat defense has just stopped them, and everything they want to do is Sullivan came into this football game averaging over 200 yards per game with over 2,000 yards in 10 football games, but he has really been held in check by this Wildcat defense. And
I got him for about 11 yards on 8 carries, but that includes that punt.
Right. And he officially gets the carry on the high snap on the punt. Shotgun with Sullivan back there with Fuchs. Coming on a rush there is Kryline, and boy, he ends up getting to him.
Good job, Cole.
Cole Kryline. He looked like he was going to get blocked to the outside, but he stayed with it and broke into the inside. Got him by the shoelaces, and 1 yard loss on the sack.
Yeah, he wasn't going to get much farther than that either because we were converging on him, but nice job by Cole Kryline. Cole's always just a real good active linebacker. He's always getting to the ball. And really, that's the Jasper defense in general is a good swarming group.
Actually, Central's going to have to call a timeout here because they want to try to figure out what they want to do on 3rd and 12 with 1:56 to go. Jasper leads at 14-0. You're watching Jasper Wildcat football on 18 WJTS. We'll be back right after this.
You're watching 18 WJTS Jasper.
Ever wonder how propane is used in your house? PropaneKids.com is a multimedia site that features interactive games and activities to teach kids of all ages about the safe use and environmental benefits of propane. Just visit lpgas.net and click on the Kids Corner located on the Southern Indiana Propane page. Southern Indiana Propane believes that good safety habits should be developed at a young age, and learning how to use propane safely and efficiently is important when using propane in your home. Propane Kids, a fun way to learn from Southern Indiana Propane.
1:56 to go. Jasper leads at 14-0. Central calls a timeout there on a 3rd and 12 to figure out what they want to do here to try to come up with a first down and keep this drive alive. They put out 5 receivers there as Fuchs drops back to throw, stays in the pocket, throws it across the middle, and it is complete. That's Sullivan with the football.
Nope.
Pemberton actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough to read the
coverage
numbers.
Was there, just out of the reach, just barely out of the reach.
So a big time hook up there on a pass play. Fuchs to Pemberton. Clock runs as the ball is now at the 47-yard line of the Jasper Wildcats. They're in Wildcat territory. Fuchs drops back to throw this time, throws out in the flat. Again, cannot quite see the number out there, but it's a nice big play to the 46-yard line. So just a gain of 1. And he must have got out of bounds because the clock stopped there.
Yeah, they said he got out of bounds.
Okay.
Gain of 1 on the play, 2nd down and 9 at the 46.
So 2nd down and 9, ball at the 46-yard line. 1:37 on the clock. Jasper leads 14-0. Central on the move as they come up with a huge conversion on a 3rd and 12. Fuchs throws a bullet downfield, but it looks like he's going to overthrow his receiver as the receiver got past Betts there.
It's a nice pass, and they just didn't connect, but they had one there.
So a touchdown does not happen. Fuchs pass is just a little bit over Sullivan's outreached arms.
Now it's 3rd and 9, and a minute and a half to go. I got to believe they're going to go for it on 2 plays here, but
right. But the Cats would have great field position and plenty of time on the clock, so I think Central must have called the timeout here.
We might have.
No, Jasper calls the timeout this time. So, last time Central faced a 3rd and 12, came up big, and now they're facing a 3rd and 9. So we'll take a break in the action. 1:31 to go. Jasper leads at 14-0. You're watching Wildcat football on 18 WJTS.
Sunshine to start my day. Gonna start the morning without delay. Everything's going my way. Enjoy the new Egg White Delight McMuffin or Egg McMuffin. Choose any 2 for only $3.33 at McDonald's.
Have you seen this?
Seen what?
This. Introducing the new Egg White Delight McMuffin. Freshly grilled egg whites and creamy white cheddar. Also available on any of your breakfast favorites. It's another new way to love McDonald's.
Injury, stroke, or surgery doesn't have to be debilitating. At the Timbers of Jasper, we offer hope in the form of moving forward rehabilitation. With a full range of physical, occupational, and speech therapy programs, the goal of moving forward is to help people return home safely with the skills they need to live life on their own terms. Our therapists are trained and committed to your success. I'm Nikki Moore, Rehabilitation Manager, and we're the Timbers of Jasper, where caring people make the difference.
Central on this drive facing another 3rd and long. They converted big time on the last one, 3rd and 12, to get that ball to the 47-yard line, and now sits at the 46, 3rd and 9. Wildcat defense has to come up here, boys.
Yeah, need some good pressure, need a good play here. Need something to happen good for the Wildcats.
Fuchs facing pressure, but he is rolling to his left side, but he's going to look to throw downfield. Throws it there, a nice job, and the flag comes.
Oh, how can that be a flag? The ball's touched.
I really don't understand that. The ball was just kind of open for grabs there, and Betts actually made a nice break on the ball, that being Braden Betts. And it looked like he was the first one to actually make contact with the football, and they call him for a pass interference.
I don't know. Unless it was early. I tell you what, once the ball was in there and he'd have hit him, it just doesn't seem right. But
well, big break for the Central Bears.
Good job by Fuchs to keep the play going and give him a chance there, and end up converting with the penalty. So here we go again. Now we got to stiffen up and make some plays. This is when you test your mettle.
So 2 third down conversions, one by a nice pass play, another one by penalty. And
that's
Central.
Motion. That's a flag.
Yep, and there goes a flag flying, so forget about what happens here. You can negate that pass reception.
It's nice to get a hit on him, though. It's always good to hit a guy. It's got to be motion now. It's going to bring it back. Look, they're moving the sticks. What the heck are they doing?
Well, because the officials. Yeah, so you got to.
Yeah, who's moving the sticks?
Absolutely.
Who's doing that? What the heck's going on?
That's got to be the line judge's job to tell him not to make that move. The ball was at the 31-yard line, so.
Yeah, let's see if we get it right. But
yeah, it looks like.
I know they were taking off already.
Yeah, see that.
No, they're actually setting that. Okay, yeah. That should be at the 31-yard line, right?
31 or 29, I'm not sure what.
31.
31.
Yeah, there we go. It's still up on the scoreboard. That's what I had marked down.
Yeah. No.
So 5-yard penalty is going to move back to the 36-yard line. So big break for the Cats.
So here's as we were driving down the field earlier, had the ball. If we run the clock down a little bit more. I don't know. Maybe it's too early to do that, but there's no reason not to snap the ball, at 3 or 4 seconds when we have it instead of 12 or 13, and you whittle away this, and all of a sudden there's 20 seconds to go. But
right.
I mean that's pretty early to start thinking about that kind of thing. But still, if we want to take the ball out of their hands, which I think we do, that's what we do.
Pass is out there. He's wide open in the flat. I say it's probably Pemberton who made that. No, actually Sullivan caught that football. And now rest at the 27-yard line, 9 yards on the play. 2nd and 6, clock running. 47 seconds now. Way overthrows his man there. So, yeah, Fuchs is really having a tough time. Like you said, he throws a very nice ball. I mean, tight spirals and everything, but just not really accurate on the long ball.
Philip Hipschman put a good lick on him there just as he let go of it. It's always good. I'm telling you, the more times you can hit the other team, got to take advantage of that. It just wears them down. Makes the game a lot longer, especially if you're not ahead.
4 wide receivers, 3 to our near side here.
Here's where we got to really keep containment, keep control, good assignments, because this is where they can get free and get a quick one.
Fuchs throws a rifle, but too low. The receiver not able to come up with it, so now
4th and 6 or 7.
They had 2 third down conversions on this drive, not able to come up that time, and so they're going to face a 4th and 6 with 41.6 ticks left on the clock. Jasper leads at 14-0. We're here in the first half of action as it winds down, and Central trying to keep things alive and trying to get something up on the board. Is their offense, who averages 47 plus per game. We've had scores in the 60s and 70s this year, but not so far against the Wildcat defense. Fuchs really has just been content to stand in the pocket, because he's been, from film I've seen, Wes, is that he seems that when he rolls out, he really was thinking run first as opposed to pass. But tonight, I think they've been telling him to stay in the pocket as they thought they could throw against the
I'm sure the scouting report, if you watch Jasper all year long, is, hey, let's go against their pass defense and see if we can take advantage of that. And he's certainly standing in there to throw it, and not with a lot of success. Great job by the defense again. I mean, here we are, a turnover and a big play on a penalty, and they didn't let the momentum get turned on us, and held them up. And let's see if we can just close this half out now.
And that's the thing with the Wildcats, 35.5 on the clock. Ball at the 27-yard line. You would think they just probably run things out here. Ben Moore with the ball. Main thing is just protect that football. You don't want to give it up, but he's dancing around yet out there. Breaks a tackle or two, but still it looks like he's going to lose about 7 or 8 yards on this play.
The good news is it took a lot more time than getting tackled right away, so he'll burn some clock, and that I don't think we're probably going to want to try and do anything down at this end of the field.
Right. Yeah, neither team looking to stop the clock as it winds down. 7 seconds to go, so that's going to be the end of the first half. And in this half, Wes, just kind of reviewing things, Central got the football to start things off and was pretty well 3 and out and punt there, and then the Wildcats moved the ball down actually on 9 plays, finished up on a 1-yard plunge by number 12 Ben Moore to give the Wildcats a 7-0 lead after the kick by Kruger. And on that drive, mostly runs, so the Wildcats just kind of marched it down. They actually had the ball in great field position at the 44-yard line. So and that's the thing. It just seemed like the Wildcats were kind of moving, and controlling the line of scrimmage offensively and
defensively. Nice job by the offensive line to take control there early and, get us an early score, get out in front, and then defense held again, I think, on the next series.
Yeah, the defense held. Actually took 8 plays on that one, but after the punt, the Wildcats got the ball at the 36-yard line and marched it all the way down to the 27-yard line before an interception stalled that drive there, and then Central was 3 and out. Jasper came back again, and actually that was after the bad snap by Central on that punt.
Yeah, then at the beginning of the second quarter we switched ends.
Right, so the Wildcats had the ball at the 14-yard line. Only took them 5 plays to go 14 yards, and that was where Tate Blessinger took it in from 1 yard out and gave the Wildcats their 14-0 lead. Then we had some struggles. Defensively still did their job with a 3 and out, and then on the first play on the next possession from the 47-yard line, first play was actually an interception thrown by Aarons, so it was the second interception of the night, and then Central held them, though. The Wildcat defense has just really done their job other than that last drive right there. The Cats have pretty well dominated defensively tonight to help us with this 14-0 lead. So we'll take a break in the action. Unless you have any other things
I was just going to say one nice thing about that is, the Jasper offense has been so good all year long, and the defense has done a good enough job. It struggled at times, and, it's just good to see here now we got a balance of, a solid defensive team, and we know we got weapons on offense. Take care of the football a little bit and avoid those mistakes, and a lot of good things happen here. And here we are, the end of the first half, 14-0. This is a great place to be against a pretty good Central Bears team.
So that's where we stand, 14-0. We'll be back with second half action right after this.
TV 18, local people watching local people. WJTS CD, Jasper, Indiana.
This is Tony Ublar with Ublar & Sons Toyota in Jasper. You know what happens when you sell a bunch of new Toyotas? You trade for hundreds of great pre-owned cars, trucks, vans, and sport utilities. Many are certified, have factory warranty remaining, fully inspected, and they're all priced to sell. Hurry in for the best selection. Ublar & Sons Toyota, where customers send their friends for a great pre-owned vehicle since 1929.
Building a brighter future, Ublar Developments. We're proudly serving your community. Family and friends, a winning team. Locally owned, built on quality. The name to depend on. Building a brighter future. Development.
We're back at Jerry Brewer Alumni Stadium. Second round of the sectional action. Jasper against the Central Bears tonight. Jasper leads this football game 14-0. We're at halftime, and taking a look at some of the numbers here, Bless. I mean, as far as offensively, the Wildcat offensively for the Bears, I mean, the Wildcat defense just doing an unbelievable job really controlling the line of scrimmage when it comes to their rushing game. And just, with their two primary runners, Avion Sullivan with 10 net yards, and Austin Fuchs, he had that long 23-yard run, but, with some of the losses, he got 22 yards in losses and just 6 net yards. So the Wildcat defense doing an unbelievable job against the run.
Well, 17 carries for 16 yards, and I am absolutely convinced the Central Bear coaching staff didn't think the Cat defense would be that stingy, but really a nice first half for the defense. Good first half for the offense. Not a great one. I think we'll try and eliminate some of those mistakes we had. And, we easily could have been up a lot more without some of those turnovers. But, we get the ball to start the second half here. If we can go down and score, give us a nice 3 touchdown cushion, that'd be a big plus, because I don't think we're going to hold them all night long the way it's been to this point. So.
Yeah, because offensively overall, Central Bears have run 30 plays for 63 yards. The Wildcats 33 plays for 142 yards. And Nolan Aaron's 5 of 11 passing for 61 yards, but the 2 interceptions. So, the Wildcats will just have to overcome that a little bit. But, again, Aaron's has been outstanding all year. I'm sure he'll just let that go by the wayside and, just stick with his leadership skills and everything and continue us on. And it'll be huge to start things off with this opening drive.
And he's confident in his skills and his abilities, and every mistake he has, I'm sure he learns from. And the coaching staff does a real nice job of making sure, mistakes aren't just lost in the shuffle, and they learn from them. So, those are the things that make us better, and it's nice that we haven't been hurt too bad by him so far.
Right. Wildcats have carried the football 22 times tonight for 81 yards. Ben Moore getting 13 of those carries. He did have a 10-yard loss, but got a net of 48 yards, 1 touchdown. Tate Blessinger with the other touchdown for the Wildcats. The Wildcats lead this football game 14-0. And we'll start things off, barring any onside kick or fumbling of the football.
I think we can anticipate a short kick there. All their kicks have been relatively short, so if we get some decent blocking up front here and get a good return, maybe we can start close to midfield here. They just don't kick it deep.
Right, because actually Zach Wood and Ben Moore both set up at about the 16, 17-yard line. So, yeah, you're right. They don't actually do a little squib kick right there. Ben Moore fields it about the 25-yard line and gets across the 30 to about the 32, 33. So that's where the Wildcats will start off, 1st and 10. You're watching Jasper Wildcat football on 18 WJTS. Craig Schneider with the play-by-play. Color commentary by Mike Blessinger. And video brought to you by Jeremy Judd Marcos. So we're glad you joined us. If you're watching this on Saturday morning, or if you're watching it Sunday evening, or if you're watching it online on JasperWildcatFootball.com.
Glad to have everybody on board.
Aarons gives the ball to Ben Moore. Ben Moore actually got kind of spun around there as he broke through the line of scrimmage, but was able to hang on to the football. I thought he might lose it there.
Yeah, I think they were trying to take the football from him, and did a nice job of hanging on to it and picking up another yard or 2.
So gain of 6 on the play, 2nd and 4. Gives to Songer straight up the middle and
quick hitter. That's a nice play. You know, getting that quick hit right the middle. Let's keep driving. Everybody driving. Come on.
That is great right there. Just determination and no quitting.
Yeah, no quitting on any of the Wildcats because they all got on board and were pushing the scrum forward. Nice job by Ian Songer and the rest of the Wildcat offense to.
So 15 yards by number 21. He came in first half, 5 carries for 31 yards, 6.2 average. Came into the game with a 6.6 average, and this 15-yard run is going to add to that. So Ben Moore to the left side this time. So moves the ball from the 45 to about the 43. 2 yards will give him on that play.
Gain of 2 on the play, second down and 8 at the 43.
Just underway here in the third quarter.
So far, so good here. We're moving it down the field and doing it with a good sustained running game.
One thing the Wildcats have not been able to do is get Zach Wood involved in the football game. It's actually Cody Jacob, who had 2 catches in the first half. That's his 3rd catch of the game. Takes that ball from the 43-yard line inside the 40 to about the 37. So 6 yards on the pickup.
6-yard pickup on the play.
Make it 3rd down and 2.
I think we're in 4-down territory again here, so let's get the strong wishbone in with Austin Ollis in the backfield, and let's let him lead it up the middle there. And Ben did a nice job.
He did an outstanding job on that.
You know, we were talking earlier about it. What makes a good running back is making some yards whenever there aren't any, and I mean that could have easily been a 2-yard loss.
That's
and
the thing.
He got a 2-yard gain.
Right. So it's yards after contact, and not really a stat that we keep track of up here, but you know you can actually see it on display out there on the football field. And Ben Moore doing a great job there. And the Wildcats a short yardage situation on 4th down, 4th and 1, and Central jumps off the sides.
Yeah, they were trying to stuff the quick hitter and got him to jump off. And nice job by Nolan Aarons with a hard count.
So the offsides will move the ball to the 31-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats, and the Wildcat drive moves right along. Very important drive here, Blessed, to come up with.
Yeah.
We'd love to get 7 on the board, but at least
get some points.
Kruger's toe to come up with something.
Get some points now that we're moving a little bit.
Ben Moore right there dances his way through the line of scrimmage, gets to the 25. Maybe I think you're going to spot it right at the 25-yard line, so 6-yard pickup.
Moore stripped up on the play by
It'll be 2nd and 4 from the 25. Wildcats really not using the no huddle much tonight. But, you know, again, this is just one of those drives that it's so important to get that 3-touchdown lead.
Prototypical Jasper second half starting to drive.
Boy, that was kind of a play that took a second to develop here. I don't know if Cody Jacob slipped up or something, but it was supposed to be a quick pitch out to the wide receiver, and Aaron's kind of delayed throwing it and eventually did complete the pass. Gets the 1st down on the 5-yard pickup. Ball now at the 20. So Cody Jacob.
Yeah, he's having a big night
tonight.
Good to see him in the mix.
Ben Moore left side this time. And he is, I think he got some momentum to get inside the 20 to the 19, maybe 18.
A couple of yards on forward progress.
Ball sits at the 18-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Jasper. I'm sorry, 2nd and 8 for the Jasper Wildcats. 8 minutes on the clock. 14-0, Jasper leads. Alice actually in the backfield this time.
Yeah,
Give us to Ben Moore.
Letting him block it up and through there. They call it strong whenever they put him, and Spencer Otto's probably at the tight end. At least that's the way they worked it out a couple weeks ago.
So 5-yard pickup there by Ben Moore. Cats really trying to use their horses to open up some running room for Ben Moore. Nice 8-yard pickup there. I'm sorry, 5-yard pickup.
Alice getting a carry. Looks like a 1st down, right?
Yep. We're going to move the sticks there. He got inside the 10.
Ball is It's going to be spotted at the 10. And it's a first down for Jasper. First and goal, Cats at the 10.
So 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. Nice run there by Austin Ollis. Looked like he was met early at the line of scrimmage, but he's just got too much strength to bring down in that situation. So Cats now 1st and goal.
And Songer with a quick hitter.
That's the thing. I mean, Central is, you know, the thing is they're making good contact at the line of scrimmage there. And the Wildcats have really had to fight for those 2-3 yards or so on these last few carries. But just right there is only a gain of about 2 for Ian. So 2nd and goal from the 8.
Need a good surge here. Just need to push him back.
Ben Moore there. Reverses a little bit there. Going to his left and then cuts to the right. Gets down to the 4-yard line. 4-yard gain.
3rd and goal at the 4.
And that's the thing. I think if anything happens here where he doesn't gain a yard or maybe even loses a yard or so, you're going to have to kick the field goal at that particular point. But if they get inside, you know, around the 2 or 1, I'm sure Cats will go for it on 4th down. This time it's given to Tate Blessinger. He continues movement. Tate Blessinger with his 2nd touchdown of the night, 3rd of the season.
So he is a determined young man. He's a feisty guy. It's good to see him get that.
So a big drive for the Jasper Wildcats, just marching it right down the field. With 5:55 to go, they chewed up half the quarter on that drive to give themselves a 20-0 lead at this point. Kruger set to kick the extra point. So officially, was it 3 yards on the touchdown run?
I got him for 18 yards on that carry, Schneider.
18.
No, I'm not sure. I thought they were on the 4, but I'm not for sure.
Okay, so yeah, you're exactly. Yeah, I'm sorry. It was from the 4-yard line. So the Tate Blessinger 4-yard touchdown run gives the Jasper Wildcats, along with the Kruger kick, a 21-0 lead. You're watching Jasper Wildcat football on 18 WJTS.
It's taken a lot of preparation and hard work for the Cats to get in shape for today's game. Your furnace is the same way. Fall's coming soon and you're going to flip the switch and expect your furnace to heat the place up. Before you do, call Maringer's Plumbing and Heating at 482-4425 and they'll send a serviceman out to get your furnace in shape for the season ahead. Maringer's Plumbing and Heating, your local Trane dealer, will also give you a free estimate on a new Trane high-efficiency gas furnace. Because like they always say, it's hard to stop a train just like it's hard to stop the Wildcat football team. Maringer's Plumbing and Heating says go Cats.
It's Papa John's Football Special, large one-topping pizza for only $7.99. Call 482-1166.
Choose better. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's.
You're watching 18 WJTS Jasper.
Jasper.
Ball spotted at the 41-yard line as Kruger's going to kick it a little bit deeper as it's going to be fielded at about,
kicking around. Go get it, boys.
Right. Sullivan does gather the football, but not before the Wildcats able to bring him down. Yeah, he actually kicked that ball to about the 17-yard line. And I don't know if it caught Sullivan off guard or what, but he wasn't able to handle the football. And then once he gathered it, was only able to gain about, we'll give him about 10 yards on the return, too.
You know, we've been kicking it high and short, and in that case, we kicked it to Sullivan. I would think that strategy is to avoid that. So if he's going to move around, we got to make sure we know where he is, or just if they play up, just kick the thing deep, because we know Cal certainly can boot it in the end zone.
Actually, only about 7 yards on the return, so the ball's at the 20. Oh, look at that. Hipschman, oh, boy.
Nice
he
play.
Almost made that play.
Great assignment defense right there. Just a great job.
Outstanding play by the senior, number 7, Philip Hipschman.
Philip having a great senior year, playing both ways most of the year, and just being a real factor on the football field all year long.
Oh, no doubt about it. And
from
doing
the first game, he just had a great game there in that first game against Memorial, and just has finished the year off really nice.
So it's 2nd and 10 now. Ball at the 24-yard line.
Here we go.
Hicks throws it out there in the flat. It is complete. But a nice job by Grant
right
Teal
there to wrap him up.
And that's the thing. I mean, you're willing to give up a little bit to the
Dante Emerson.
out there in the flat, but if they do complete, you want to make sure you make a play on it. As Dante Emerson, the sophomore, 210 pounds, 6'4".
It's a big kid.
Tight end, absolutely. And Jasper actually
coming. I got a feeling we're coming on a blitz. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so. You got Stallwood and you got Cole Kryline just sitting there with salivation coming out of their mouth. Fuchs throws it out there in the flat.
Good coverage. Did they give him a catch? Oh, they gave him a catch.
Yeah, it looks like his pat is complete. Pass is complete.
Number 27 for Central.
So number 27 with the reception on that play, Jalen Pemberton. Pemberton actually had 2 catches for 31 yards in the first half. 1 for 30. 1st and 10 from the 39-yard line.
Cats need a play here.
Fuchs calls his own number there, but the Cats just kind of bouncing around like a pinball out there from one Wildcat to the other, but not much there as he only gains about 2 yards on the run.
That's dangerous, as they start to drop back and throw and all that. And he's a dangerous runner, so he can take off any time. We got to keep swarming and keep our assignments and make sure we don't let him get free.
4 wide receivers, 3 to our near side as he moves Sullivan to his left this time. Fuchs throws it across the middle. He's got Pemberton this time. Boy, he found a wide open seam there, and the Wildcats, the safety, I think it was Cortland Betts.
Yeah, I think the linebacker, I think Tate was supposed to be covering him. He let him get inside, and they just found a nice seam there. It was a good pitch and catch, but...
So he takes that one from the 41-yard line all the way to inside the 25 to the 24. So it's actually a 25-yard pickup on the play. Usually they 30. Oh, there we go. Look at that.
Same play. Tate
pretty well.
Tate got burned on that one.
So again, the wide open middle of the field. It's not what the Wildcats want to see happening right now. Is touchdown play there. Fuchs with a nice pass. Hits Pemberton for the score. With 3:47 to go here in the third quarter, Jasper with a 21-6 lead as the Bears are set to kick the extra point here. Matt Wannemuller, the senior kicker, number 43. So the kick is straight through to put 7 on the board for Central. So the 24-yard pass hookup from Austin Fuchs to Jalen Pemberton puts 7 on the board for Central. So with 3:47 to go, Jasper leads it 21-7. You're watching Wildcat football on 18 WJTS.
Sunshine to start my day. Gonna start the morning without delay. Everything's going my way. Enjoy the new Egg White Delight McMuffin or Egg McMuffin. Choose any 2 for only $3.33 at McDonald's.
Have you seen this?
Seen what?
This.
Introducing the new Egg White Delight McMuffin. Freshly grilled egg whites and creamy white cheddar. Also available on any of your breakfast favorites. It's another new way to love McDonald's.
Alumni Stadium scored Jasper 21, Central 7. Central marching right down the field. 2 big pass plays right in the middle of the field from Fuchs to Pemberton. One resulting in 34 yards to set it up at the 24-yard line, and then next play, take it in for the touchdown. So Central, again, the pop kick over there. Ben Moore was able to handle the football at about the 25-yard line. He's still on his feet, still not coming down, so he gets across the 35 to about the 36-yard line, so about an 11-yard return when it looked like he was going to be knocked down right around the 30. But, yeah, blessed. The field just opened up right there for Central on a couple plays there.
37. Ball is going to be spotted at the 37-yard line. 1st and 10, Jasper.
So Central taking advantage of the opportunity is...
Yeah, the two plays with they've got the slot receiver with a linebacker covering him, and we just didn't cover him well. Just got deep, and with all those receivers going out, they were the safeties and everybody else have their own guys. So get a little man-to-man coverage, and they just beat us.
So Wildcats have marched right down the field in their first possession of the football game, or the second half here. And then Central comes back with their score to equalize things, so that 14-point lead still stands.
Now it's time to, make something happen here on offense and see if we can pick it up a little bit.
So no gain on the run there for the Wildcats, and make it 2nd and 10. Ball rests at the 36-yard line, 3:14 to go here in the third quarter. Jasper with their second possession. They chewed up 6 minutes and 5 seconds on their first possession. Aarons throws out in the flat. That's just what you need with Alice, and Alice actually.
Zach Wood did a nice job. He drew a guy deep and left that flat wide open. Nice play.
And actually, Jesse Kano made the play on the ball, and not before Alice is able to pick up 18 yards and get the first down. As the ball now rests at the 46-yard line in Central Territory.
Still like to see us try something with Zach Wood deep. They're pressing up. We've thrown a lot of short ones, but got to make sure he gets open. But we'll see what happens.
They've had Sullivan pretty well locked in on him as Ian Songer gets the football and pulls his way again for about 6 or 7 yards. And he's kind of been the equalizer all night. Just whenever you need just to kind of get things back there under control, give it to Ian Songer. He's going to give you those 6 or 7 tough yards.
Yeah, he's a fighter. He's going to fight for him. So.
Ball at the 39-yard line.
Got an all-sophomore backfield with Kyle Kruger and Tate Blessinger in the backfield.
So Kruger gets it this time. Gets to the outside and gets enough for the first down, it looks like, as he gets across the 35 to the 34-yard line. Needed 3, got 5. So good job there by the backfield. They actually faked it to Tate and gave it to Kruger, and he came up with the yardage.
That's Cal's first varsity carry this year, which is a nice one. Big first down.
1st and 10, ball at the 35-yard line, actually. 1:49 on the clock. 21-7 is our score. Jasper leads Ian Songer.
Again, there we go.
And a nice thing what I'm seeing, Blessa, because we've seen it a few times this year, when he gets that full head of steam, he kind of loses control of the football, but he's really locked in tight and protecting that thing. So he's coming up with huge plays.
He's seeing that, his first responsibility is to take care of that football.
Right. So it gets it to the 26. So Wildcats, the first drive chewed up some clock. This drive's taking a little bit of time as well, as Ben Moore goes to the left side. And
it should be enough for a first down, right?
Yep. And they are going to move the chains as he gets inside the 25 to the 24, gets the 2 yards, just needed 1. So 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. So Wildcats, 6 plays so far in this drive, 5 of them runs, and the big pass play from Aarons to Alice for 18 yards.
I tell you what, if Zach can get a little seam there, that middle of the field is wide open for us.
They give it to Ben Moore on the left side,
but that works just fine too. That's safe.
Well, the thing is with Ben, again, he's seen a lot of contact just right there at the line of scrimmage, but he just keeps those legs chugging, and Yeah, and that's what we got with most backs from Jasper. They if you're going to play running back, you have to be determined, and you have to have a nose for just driving forward and fighting for every bit you can get. Well, that's the difference between a 2-yard gain and a 6-yard gain. So huge on first down to be able to come up with those extra 3 or 4 yards. Give to Ben Moore again this time, and he cuts to the inside a little bit more
first
there.
Down.
Should be moving the chains again. Actually,
it's going to take us to the fourth quarter.
Yeah, actually, they call for, I think they're going to call for a measurement, I believe, here. Nope, they called the first down, so 4-yard gain is all we need, and that will take us to the end of the third quarter. So Jasper scores on their first possession of the second half. Central comes back and scores on there to keep it a 14-point lead. Jasper with 21, Central 7. You're watching Jasper Wildcat football on 18 WJTS.
Introducing a car company that's never made a single car. We took the power of a 9-year-old V8 and gave it the impressive handling of Firestone's Destination tire. Now, moms agree. Every milk run feels like a victory lap. So whatever you drive a Firestone.
Get quality Firestone tires at DuBois County Tire and Supply, 231 North in Jasper.
We're back once again here at Jerry Brewer Alumni Stadium. Fourth quarter just getting underway. Wildcats facing a 1st and 10 after the Tate Blessinger gets the football to the right side and moves it from the 14-yard line to the 10. It's 4-yard carry there, and Tate really seeing quite a bit of action tonight. He's got 2 touchdowns on the game on the offensive side of the ball.
Really been a good drive, good burning a lot of clock, and now we just need to punch it in here.
And again, to get that 3 touchdown lead as the Wildcats actually with more of a power stack backfield there. Ben Moore goes off tackle there and gains maybe a yard, but yeah, typically they've been using the wishbone with the fullback and 2 tailbacks behind him, but they actually had more of a triangle set up there in the backfield there. So Moore with the run. Moves the ball to the 9-yard line, 3rd and 5. Whistles blow. Jasper calls a timeout this time, so the Cats.
We had a personnel situation. Not everybody we wanted on the field was quite right, so.
So we'll take a break in the action with 10:58 to go here in the fourth quarter. Jasper leads 21-7, looking to add more to it. So you're watching Wildcat football. It's sectional time here on 18 WJTS.
Ackerman Oil Company and Circle A Food Mart. Shoot for perfection. Starting with our quality Sunoco gasolines, the official fuel of NASCAR. With 2 convenient locations in Jasper, there's no reason to pass up the opportunity to stock up for the big game. And Sunny Chicken Tenders are always a big hit at your festivities. The Sunny Says Car Wash lets you be just as bright as the stars of Jasper High School.
You're watching 18 WJTS Jasper.
Wildcats use a timeout there to
3rd down and 5
make sure they got the right team and players in there for this crucial 3rd and 5 situation from the 9-yard line. And Central jumps right off, so I think that's one thing they definitely wanted to talk about. It's like, guys, we've got to hold our ground, make them get aggressive. And actually, was that a linebacker that actually stunted there?
I don't know, but he sure was coming.
Yeah. So, huge play for the Cats because it actually is about 3rd and a short 5, so that's going to give us plenty for the 1st down, it looks like.
Yeah, it would be 3rd and short, right, because it's 5 yard or half the distance? Or is it 5? Are we outside the 10?
Well, they just moved the ball to the 5-yard line, so they're down there. Ben Moore.
Drive it in there. Drive it in there.
Keeps going forward, but nope, doesn't quite get to the goal line.
First
but
down,
plenty for the 1st. So, yeah, the Wildcats going to have 1st and goal from about the 1-yard line here. So.
Inside the 1. Initial spot.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, with the half the distance when you're inside the 9. So.
Austin Fuchs.
So here's where we can let that clock run again. You know, I was talking earlier, this is, let's shorten the game here a little bit, but.
Cats give it to Blessinger again. Blessinger, can he get his 3rd touchdown of the night? Nope, it looks like he's going to be shy.
Blessinger will be stopped shy of the goal line.
So the Cats looking to add to it, but actually kind of like to see that clock move just a little bit more, just, you know, an extra 20, 25 ticks every opportunity you can. It's going to be big. So it's going to be 2nd and goal.
Here's where our offensive line can just blow them back and put it in. Or Austin Alice is in. He's either going to lead it or he's going to take it in.
Yeah, you're not stopping him. No doubt about it. Alice with the 1-yard pop into the end zone to give the Wildcats a 27-7 lead with 9:53 on the clock here in the fourth quarter. So, yeah, I think just in that situation, I mean, you know, Tate, Ben, but you give it to Hollis.
Yeah,
there's no way you're stopping him from 1 yard.
Yeah, from a 1 or a half yard, that's a pretty good chances he's going to get it in there. great drive by the Cats. I'm not sure how much time that took, but ate some clock, got the points back, and let's convert on this PAT.
Hipschman to hold, Kruger to kick, Kruger to put it through, and the Cats now lead this football game again by 3 touchdowns, 28-7 with 9:53 to go here in the fourth quarter. Jasper leads the Central Bears. You're watching Jasper Wildcat football on 18 WJTS.
Until there's a cure for Alzheimer's disease, it's comforting to know there's a place like Augustus Cottage at the Timbers of Jasper. Augustus Cottage focuses on maintaining a secure, home-like environment where residents have a sense of belonging. Augustus Cottage staff are trained, compassionate, and patient. If someone you love has memory loss, there's a place to turn for help. I'm Deb Lloyd, Memory Care Facilitator, and we're the Timbers of Jasper, where caring people make the difference.
54 yards, and Jasper gets another touchdown on the board. 2 possessions the second half, and they're actually using more of the controlled style of offense and running some clock off along with it as
he's down.
Curry kicks that football. He did look like he was down, but boy, he let Sullivan pick that thing up, and he runs that ball all the way to the 44-yard line. I thought he was down on his knee, but he's actually, he did take a hit there.
A big hit by, I think, was that Spencer or somebody came in there and hit him after Stallwood got him slowed down. He's hurting. It looks like pain, though, not injury.
Pain or injury, boys?
I think that one's pain. That hurt, but he can move, and he's hurting now, that's for sure.
Well, that's the main thing, you know. But
it's going to, I'm sure, make it tough for him to be real effective. Now, here in the last series of downs, they really tried to exploit the linebacker man-on-man coverage, so got to man up here a little bit and see if we can make something happen on defense.
Central going to have to continue to open things up with the passing game. The running game has pretty well been held in check all night tonight, and there's a passing game on our last possession that took him the final 58 yards in 2 plays to get into the end zone, and right there, gain only 2 on that play. 2nd and 8. Ball at the 46. Fuchs again just staying in the pocket, not really willing to get outside. I mean, he has just been not quite the quarterback that I've seen.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah, he's clearly being a drop back passer, and he got popped good too by Spencer Otto.
Right.
Like Spencer's the one who got Sullivan on the kickoff return.
So Spencer Otto, who had the injury earlier this year and came back strong over these last 3 football games.
He's had a great athletic career at Jasper High School, and an all-state football player as a junior last year. And it's too bad that he had to miss some games, but we're sure glad to have him now when it really counts.
So Wildcats looking to make a stop here on 3rd down. Passes across the middle. He eventually is popped there by Betts, but not before Pemberton is able to haul that football in and get plenty for the first down as he gets into Wildcat territory at the 40-yard line. So 14 yards on the pickup.
14-yard pickup on the play.
So that'll be 1st and 10, 9:05 on the clock. Jasper leads by 3 touchdowns, 28-7, but Central, their second possession.
Yeah, one thing we got to make sure we do is we're bumping those guys as they're getting off the line.
He's got in trouble now as Alice comes all over him. He is outside the pocket and does get it back to the line of scrimmage, so it's not going to be a... You can't throw the flag in that situation. Well, actually, the official's going to talk about it because there wasn't anybody in the area.
Yeah, close.
Nope, they're going to throw it. There it is.
That's a loss of down from and penalty from where he threw it. That's a huge, huge loss.
Absolutely. So, intentional grounding is the call.
Loss of down.
And it's pretty well at the spot of the foul, too, right?
Is it the spot of the foul or back from the spot of the foul?
Oh, wow, you're right. So 5 yards from the spot of the foul. They're marching it back from the...
Yeah. Now it's 2nd and really, really long here. And, they've been exposing the center of the field. When I was talking about, you got to watch these guys in the slots. Our guys have to bump them or slow them down coming off the line and not just let them run free here. And then pass pressure is going to be real important.
So they're back in Central territory at the 44-yard line, facing the 2nd and 26. Intentional grounding was a huge penalty, but they've shown that they can get a chunk of yardage when needed. But look at this play, that is picked off. Nice job there. I believe was that Portland Betts. Absolutely.
Nice job. You know, they were thrown to the middle, and their safety sitting back there watching it, and made a nice play. Good job by the defense. Here we go.
And that's the thing. Again, you know, the pressure by the Wildcats on the previous play by Austin Alice, forcing Fuchs to throw that football to where nobody was because they were sending everybody long. It seems like they're going for the home run ball quite a bit over these last few plays, and that time the Wildcats able to stay at home there as far as their safety reading that thing and coming up with the football and the big interception.
Yeah, and being down like they are in the fourth quarter, it takes them out of the game that they're real comfortable with, which is using Sullivan a lot on the runs and Fuchs on the runs. But good job by the Cat defense getting the turnover. That's what we needed.
So ball at the 36-yard line. I'm sure going to see a lot of runs by the Cats this time. Actually, I think that was Milligan.
It was Ben Moore.
Oh, it was? Okay. When I first looked there, I thought it looked like 32, but no, Ben Moore carrying the football there.
There, you want the binoculars, Schneids?
I'm going to go see an eye doctor sometime this week. I used to pride myself with great eyesight, but not so much as
great eyesight and good teeth, right?
Yes, as Ben Moore that time. Nice. I know it's Ben Moore this time. Ben Moore takes that ball.
Giving a really bad spot.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I thought he was close to the 50-yard line, but going back to the 48.
A 13-yard carry.
Yep.
Puts him over the 100-yard mark, I believe.
So 1st and 10 for the Cats with 7:42 on the clock. 48-yard line. Gives to Songer. Songer
on the carry. Forward progress gives him a gain of 1.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to gain 1 on that play. But I'll tell you what, boy,
he's been a real weapon tonight, though. Been real important to mix it up with a little slower plays from the tailback and the quick hitters for me, and it's been a nice combination.
You know, and the thing is, I mean, running backs get all the glory, but boy, you just really got to give a lot of credit to an outstanding job by this offensive line here in the second half to control the line of scrimmage and allow us to really have these nice, long, time-consuming drives. As Aaron's actually is going to keep the football, he's going to run to the outside, flags start flying, so we're going to see a hold.
Aaron's on the carry, penalty flag is down.
This didn't look like Aaron's gained any, maybe not, actually probably lost maybe a yard or two, but we're going to push this back from, I believe, the 44-yard line is where the flag's sitting.
Those holding penalties from the spot of the foul are just, they just hurt.
Tough. You know,
so we'll be second down again, right?
Yeah, we'll keep the down if they decide to do that. But yeah, I think they just want to. Now Central gets that football back, they're going to want to have really good field position. So that's a field position play there. So it moves it from the 49 back to the 34. So that, in essence, is a 15-yard penalty. So now we're looking at a 2nd and 23 for the Cats. Cats going to throw out in the flat to Hipschman. Hipschman breaks away from one would-be tackler and gets across the 40 to about, actually gets to, I think, to the 43, 44-yard line between there, but they're going to say he did not get out of bounds there, so the clock's going to continue to run, which is great for the Cats. Yeah.
It's a good positive yardage here.
Yeah, so a gain of 9. So
Hipschman's first catch. Still waiting to see Zach Wood with the.
He hasn't had a catch all night, I don't believe.
No.
Hasn't really had many targets either.
No, I'm not sure we have targeted him, but you know, he's taken. I'm sure they're some of their best defensive players because
Sullivan.
He's been such an important weapon all year.
Because I mean, Sullivan's pretty well been locked in on him all night, and you know, we know how good of an athlete he is. I'm sure he's an outstanding defensive back as well, and really keyed in on what's going on there with everything else going on at the line of scrimmage.
But I know Fuchs and Sullivan are key defensive players, as important as they are on offense.
Fuchs does have an interception.
Looks like the Cats called a timeout to make sure we get the play we want here. You know, if we could get a first down, it would make it awfully tough for them to sustain any kind of charge at the tying this thing up. Want to make real good decisions here.
So we'll take a quick break in the action with 5:50 to go. Jasper leads at 28-7. You're watching Wildcat football on 18 WJTS.
This is Tony Ublar with Ublar Chevy Cadillac in Jasper. Have you ever heard a car ad that looks too good to be true or has fast-talking fine print?
Buy before midnight tonight. Maybe okay, maybe not. You probably aren't eligible for this event. Ublar's prices are better, but you can't know that.
You want to hear Ublar's fine print? That's right, silence. Our prices will save you money. Huge inventory, even bigger discounts. Ublar & Son Chevy Cadillac in Jasper, where customers send their friends since 1929.
You're watching 18 WJTS Jasper.
Cats facing a 3rd and long situation here, and one of the rare times we've seen 5 wide receivers out there tonight. As snaps a little bit high, but Aarons is going to run it on the quarterback draw and gains maybe 5.
Well, we're probably going to punt for the first time tonight. You know, it's not a bad call at all, spreading everybody out and trying to get it, but you know, that snap being high just takes the timing out of it a little bit. Not saying that we would have got it. It would have been a great play to get another 11 yards, but you know, every little thing counts, including those nice brisk snaps to the quarterback on a shotgun. So let's see what we do here. We're close to the 50. I'd be surprised if we faked it, but
yeah, I think in this situation it's just, no, they actually snap it, give back to Ben Moore. Ben Moore's going to look to throw. He throws in the middle of the field. Oh. And boy, Ben Moore, he took a pop from Sullivan as he exposed him there. But boy, I'll tell you what, Betts did a great job hanging on to that thing.
Yeah, great job catching that. Woo! Excellent job.
Man, I didn't
Big
see
catch.
that coming.
Big catch. You definitely didn't see him coming, and nice pass by Ben Moore.
That was an outstanding play, boy. And, you know, the thing is, anytime we've done that fake punt, you got your quarterback back there, and he typically throws it. But snap went to Alice. He pitched it to Ben Moore. Ben Moore just threw it to the middle of the field where Portland Betts was waiting for it. And even though he took a pop, boy.
20-yard pickup?
Yeah, actually from the 47 down, that was about 18, I believe. So Ben Moore sweeps to the outside, and he is stuck there by Sullivan. So Sullivan, I'm sure he is an extremely frustrated football player tonight. Not much in the running game. And
yeah, once they got down here in the second half, they really went to a passing game, and it neutralized how dangerous he was.
There's a flag actually on the field, and this is going to go against the Wildcats. So
now we just want to keep the clock running.
Absolutely. So that's going to move things back. And
puts the football back at the 48-yard line. 1st and 10, Jasper.
The ball was at the 35. Now we're at the 48. So that's a loss of 13 on the play. Aarons looking to throw, but he decides just to hang on to it. And again, that's going to chew up some more clock. The clock should still continue to run as it does at 4:06 right now.
It's going to be 3rd and forever.
Yeah, 3rd and forever, but you know, more importantly is that, say even, you know, with 3rd down and a 4th down coming up here, we're going to chew off a good minute or so off this clock. So the clock's inside of 4 minutes at 3:46 now.
At the Jasper 46.
So moved it back to the Jasper 46-yard line.
Jasper throwing 46.
So, 2nd and 30.
Oh,
7-yard loss. Oh,
boy,
that's something you don't want to happen.
Yeah, he got it back, though.
4 on the carry.
Wow. Little scare there, but Moore did get back on the football and
Austin Bruce makes a stop on the play for Central.
Gained 2 on the play to the 48-yard line, so we'll face a 3rd and 28, 27 or so.
3rd down and long at the 48.
But again, just right now, it's just chewing up that clock, Bless.
Yeah, that's right. Just let it run, baby.
3-touchdown lead for the Cats, 28-7. Yep. There's Wood's first catch, and he works his way across midfield down to across the 45 actually as well, and we're going to spot it at about the 46 it looks like, so it gives the Wildcats a little bit more breathing room.
And have a timeout by
So Central's going to have to call a timeout to stop things, but 2:41 on the clock. Jasper leads at 28-7. Fourth quarter action here. Cats pretty well in control with a 3-touchdown lead. You're watching Wildcat football on 18 WJTS.
It's taken a lot of preparation and hard work for the Cats to get in shape for today's game. Your furnace is the same way. Fall's coming soon and you're going to flip the switch and expect your furnace to heat the place up. Before you do, call Maringer's Plumbing and Heating at 482-4425 and they'll send a serviceman out to get your furnace in shape for the season ahead. Maringer's Plumbing and Heating, your local Trane dealer, will also give you a free estimate on a new Trane high-efficiency gas furnace. Because like they always say, it's hard to stop a train just like it's hard to stop the Wildcat football team. Maringer's Plumbing and Heating says go Cats.
2:41 to go here. We're going to say probably in this football game as Jasper has a 3-touchdown lead, 28-7. They're going to punt it away on 4th and 18. Aaron's.
Nice kick.
Oh boy,
nice
he just really
spiral.
nice high spiral kick. You're right.
Oh,
and
that's
boy, that
beautiful.
ball just died when it hit the ground.
No, you can't ask for any better than that.
Down to the 4-yard line. Wow.
Good coverage because of the, that scrum thing gives us a little more time for the guys to get down there. Nice, beautiful high kick. That's perfect for the only punt of the night.
Right. So the Cats faked their last punt. That was the play from Moore to Portland Betts that kept this last drive alive. And the Cats were able to chew up some more clock there. And pretty well, this game's under control with 2:31 to go and a 3-touchdown lead. And the ball now sitting deep into Central territory at the 4-yard line.
Got Carson England in at one of the ends. I think they're trying to mix him in a little bit. And got to keep our containment.
Gives an end around. I believe that is Sullivan with the football.
Those two tackles.
That's the thing. I mean, as far as the build of Sullivan.
Stallwood and Tate there on the tackle.
So he rushes that ball about 5 yards
5-yard pickup.
to the 9-yard line, so 2nd and 5. Clock ticks.
Yeah, if we keep
Coming
those
up on
kind of
2
plays
minutes.
going, we'll be okay because it's going to be hard to get 21 points with that.
Yeah. Fuchs
The middle.
right there
It's
at
got the guy in the middle.
goal line, and that's Pemberton with the football. Catches it, gets to the 30-yard line. And now there goes a flag.
Yeah, a little extra hit. He just went head hunting. Sullivan, play was going, play was over. He just went head hunting after Austin Hollis and busted him one, which didn't seem to bother Austin too much, but the referee didn't like it, so he threw a flag on that.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, you can't let a player get away with something like that. I really wouldn't watch what was going on there. So
no significant action going on at that part of the field, and clearly Sullivan just looked for number 85, and he went and tried to give him a hit.
Well, I assume they'll probably do that. I don't know if you take it from the original spot.
Yeah,
So he gets the first down, but moving
then
back 15
yards.
because after the play happens. So
there's another soft spot there in the middle. Of course, we're playing deep zone here, but Pemberton, not sure where he's coming off the line, but we got to put a body on him and not let him get so free.
Right.
Braden Betts, I think, is still catching his breath from that shot he took on that 4th down.
So it was a 21-yard pickup on the pass play.
I'm sorry, Cortland, number 20.
And then 15 yards back on the penalty. So the ball's at the 15-yard line, throws it out there, and they try to pitch it over to Sullivan after the catch, and looks like it's going to work. Get that ball to about the 44-yard line. So yeah, the hook and ladder works nicely there.
Flicker goes to Sullivan.
So about a 28-yard pickup on the play.
I'm not even going to try and write the stats for that. I don't know how that works. Pass complete, and then, is it a running play?
At this
I don't
point,
know how you do that.
I'm going to leave that to the stat guys. 1:22 to go on the clock. Jasper up 28-7 late here in this football game. Round 2 of sectional action.
Need to see the Cats stay tough here.
And, yeah, it looks like Alice was held all over the place, and referee back here with the white hat started to reach for it, but since the pass, I think, was thrown incomplete.
Pass intended to Jalen Pemberton is incomplete.
I don't know, just didn't have the heart, I guess, to throw the flag. But incomplete pass stops the clock at 1:17.
It was a great night for football here at Jerry Brewer Alumni Stadium. Little nip in the air, and The rain cleared out. Sure made the field conditions just a little bit soft, but really a nice night. Felt right for football tonight.
Had a beautiful day all day today, so the sun probably helped dry out this field a little bit. And boy, there was two Wildcats fighting over that football. Betts almost had a second interception.
Got Stallwood drop back in coverage. Good job by both of them to be there.
Right.
Reading the quarterback, doing a nice job.
Stallwood actually got his bell rung, it looked like a little bit. He was slow to get up there. So
Third down and 10.
Make it 3rd and 10. 1:12 on the clock, just 5 seconds ticked off that time. So the Wildcats are going to move on in this sectional 24, and most likely be taking on Wrights. I haven't heard anything as far as scores as Fuchs runs the football straight up.
I think they were up 22-0 or something like that earlier, I heard. I'm not sure.
22-0, okay.
I don't know, but that could have been early in the game. I don't know what.
And the thing is, that was actually a game that was supposed to be a home game for Silver Creek, but from what I understand, they didn't have any visitor bleachers, so they moved it over to Wrights, which anytime you move a game to Wrights, it's a huge advantage.
Yeah, and, well, it's a nice experience even for Silver Creek because that's a great place to play football. But that means the game will be here next week if Wrights won, right?
Yeah, because, I mean, Wrights has 2 home games. They're actually going to try a halfback pass as Sullivan just heaves it out there, nothing there. Way overthrows his receiver on 4th and 6. And so the Jasper Wildcats with 31.8 left on the clock will just have to take a knee and move on to the sectional final again against the Wrights Panthers, is who we're anticipating will be the foe. So a rematch of last year's, heartbreaking loss. So the Wildcats are just going to have to gain a little revenge this year, Bless.
Yeah, and if they play their good aggressive defense and in the balanced offense, I think we got a good chance against anybody we play. We just have good enough athletes to be able to compete, and certainly an attitude to compete.
The thing is about this football game, Bless, it's just, we didn't have the offensive firepower from really either teams when it comes to the high scoring output, because honestly, we were talking before the football game, I was thinking, Jasper's going to have to score 30 or more points to win this football game, but I thought our defense would be able to hold them to 2, maybe 3, possibly even 4 scores, but that didn't quite happen. The defense just really did an outstanding job cutting, a team scoring 47 points a game to just 7 is just unbelievable.
Yeah, they did a great job. The coaches preparing them, and, it's just good old-fashioned. I mean, it was just a lot of runs and mixed in. I think we had about 20 passes, but just a good mix of things. And defense, they really did a job performing against a team that's used to scoring 40 points to give up 7. That's really a nice job against a team that's got a lot of threats. So.
Well, the main thing, when you look at as far as like what the Wildcats did here offensively in the second half, they actually had the ball for 14 plays on their first drive and chewed up half the clock of the 3rd quarter. And then even though Central finally got on the board, they cut the lead from 21 to 7. Then Jasper on the next drive, another 14 plays and 64 yards, resulting in a touchdown, that being the touchdown run by Austin Alice from 1 yard out. Central, had 3 plays, and then the interception by Cortland Betts gave the Cats the football again. And, even though the Cats had to finally punt, but they still, chewed up the clock quite a bit with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 plays, 12 plays actually with the punt.
The whole game was really just a great job of Jasper controlling the game. On offense, the offensive line came out, gave some space to our backs and running game. So we control it on offense, and the defense did a great job of keeping them bottled up and not letting have any of the big breakaways until really it was 21-0, and they had a couple of big plays down the center of the field. But, right after that we figured out with a big interception and some other plays. So just a good controlled game by the Cats, 28-7. It's not one of those 50-0 blowouts, but no question about it. Even at halftime we felt like we could have been up more than 14-0, but we just controlled the game, and it was never out of control by Jasper, and that's a great job by the coaching staff and everybody in a black jersey tonight. Just did a nice job. It's a good win, good home win for the Cats.
Yeah, there's no question about that. So, the Wildcats move to 10-1 on the season, and advance in tournament play to the sectional championship next week. And actually, is the game? Do we know if the game's going to be here or not? Yeah, okay, that's what we're thinking. Again, because like you said, Wrights wouldn't be able to have 3 straight home games. So, yeah, expect the football game to be here. Central falls to 7-4, and obviously their lowest output of the season. They had one game actually against Castle this year that they lost 39-14. But, again, Cat defense just doing an unbelievable job stopping this Central offense. And, Sullivan just was really no factor whatsoever in this football game.
No, he wasn't. I mean, a factor in the sense that we knew we had to key on him and stop him, and we did a good job of that. And once they got behind, then they really became a different team. A drop-back passing team, and that's just not where they wanted to be, and that's not what they've done all year. Had a little success there on one drive, but still, that's just not what they were. And anytime you can take a team out of what their comfort zone is, then you've done your job and have a pretty good chance of coming out on top.
No doubt about it. So just a quick glance at the stats here before we finish things off here for tonight. Jasper with 69 plays, 311 yards, 52 rushes for 186 yards. Looks like 11 of 17 passes. Actually, one of those coming from Ben Moore on that huge 4th down conversion where he we faked the punt, and Ben Moore completed the pass to Cortland Betts for 18 yards to keep that drive alive late in the football game. But Ben Moore, 29 carries for 106 yards, 1 touchdown. Ian Songer, 10 carries for 65 yards. And Tate Blessinger with a great night tonight. 2 touchdowns getting in the end zone there. 6 carries for 10 yards. Cal Kruger got his first carry of the season with 4 yards there. And then Nolan Aaron's 10 of 16 passing for 107 yards. No touchdowns. But, again, I just think he did an outstanding job of just engineering this offense here in the second half.
He really did, and, he's a smart guy. And we can't tell. We never know how many audibles he calls or what he does there at the line of scrimmage. But, I'm sure a couple of passes he'd like to have back there in the first half that turned out to be interceptions. But, as we said earlier, he'll learn from those and we'll get better. And certainly wasn't letting the ball loose whenever we had control of the game. Wasn't trying to force anything, so nice job.
So, and you also got to, point out some of the things as far as what the defense did tonight. 7 tackles for loss, 26 yards in total losses. Tackles for loss tonight came from guys like Scott Stallwood, Cole Kryline, Spencer Otto actually had 2 tackles for loss, and Philip Hipschman, Austin Alice, Moises Valenciano as well. He had 1 tackle for loss for 9 yards. So, outstanding job by this defensive team. And great job by the offense controlling the football and controlling this football game. It results in a 28-7 win for the Jasper Wildcats. They'll face the Wrights Panthers next Friday night, we assume, is when the football game will be, and we expect it to be here at Jasper. So, Bless, any final thoughts?
Yeah, looking forward to a good game next week. Hopefully we got good weather, and Cats come out with a sectional championship.
Well, that's definitely the goal. You want to move on in this tournament. So we'll thank you all for watching this telecast of Jasper Wildcat football. From upstairs is Jeremy Marcos on the camera. I'm Craig Schneider.